very good evening to you from Horsens, Denmark, home of the BWF Thomas and Uber Cup Finals 2026. And, well, it's another glorious day in Horsens with the temperatures rising. And it's apt because the action is heating up at the Forum Horsens. I say that because it's semi-finals day today. Exciting stuff. And in this evening session, we've got the Thomas Cup semi-finals with 4 nations remaining. 2 from Asia, 2 from Europe, and gosh, is everyone excited about what they might witness tonight. We're on the penultimate day of action. We've got one more day to go tomorrow where a Uber and a Thomas Cup champion will be crowned. 10 a.m. local time for the Uber Cup final, 6 p.m. local time for the Thomas Cup final tomorrow. Today, though, it's all about what we're about to witness here on court 2, because we saw Korea beat Indonesia 3-1 in the morning session in the Uber Cup semi-final to book their place in the final. They'll take on China in a repeat of the 2022 Uber Cup final. This evening, wow, what a moment this is for Team France. Their first Thomas Cup medal guaranteed, but they are certainly looking to go all the way as they take on 2022 champions India in the semi-final here on court 2. Now, looking at how things are stacking up, France, of course, 10-man strong, led by the Popov brothers. 3 men's singles in the top 20. And apart from Toma Junior, this is very much the team that helped them win the European Championships men's team crown for the first time. So a lot of excitement around these 10 men, and they find themselves in the semi-finals, guaranteeing their nation a Thomas Cup medal. Look at the excitement. Yeah, they're feeling it. Well, Team India, they know all about being here, 10-man strong as well, but we do have news on the India squad that Lakshya Sen is ruled out due to injury from this semi-final. Injury to his elbow following that intense match against Cho Tien-chin. That will see him being rested. They're being precautionary in case, and of course, certainly they'll be hoping to get all the way to the final. I'm happy to have Ben Beckman with me in the co-commentary chair. And Ben, that is a big, big blow for Team India, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. He is such a key member. He was a key member when they won in 2022. His win against Cho Tien-chin yesterday set the tone. And yeah, he also has I believe, a 6-2 head-to-head against Christo Popov, which would have given him a huge advantage heading into the opening singles, which we know is so important.
Yeah, instead it'll be Ayush Shetty who leads India's charge in the first men's singles against Christo Popov. Of course, France going with the 3 singles first because the Popovs are in action later as well. Alex Lanier will play the second men's singles against Kidambi. Srikanth will be their first ever meeting. And then in the third men's singles, Toma Junior Popov going up against Prannoy HS. In the men's doubles, it's Adam and Rossi up against Amasa Karunan and Arjun. And then, if it goes all the way, of course, we've got the Popov brothers against Ranki Reddy and Shetty. It's a best of 5. And Ben, you know, this lineup and the way they have the first 3 men's singles, can you give us a little bit of insight into how that works?
Yeah, well, obviously, before each match, there are 8 potential lineups that can be done according to the rules. And the 2 main rules that really everyone needs to pay attention to is that singles must be played first by a player if they're playing in more than one event, and singles coming before doubles. So because the Popov brothers are playing singles and they're playing doubles together, it only works that they can come second, play the 5th match. And out of the 8 possibilities, it's only that one that can actually work for the French team.
Well, it's worked so far, hasn't it? Because the singles is undoubtedly their biggest asset, their biggest strength. 3 of them in the top 20. Christo Popov, of course, world number 4 now, leading the charge, and he is in fine form coming into this tournament. And also continuing that form in this tournament itself. Christo Popov has been sublime for France.
He has been. He had a bit of a nervous, I believe, a nervous opening match against Boulevard. It's his first Thomas Cup leading the French team. But then, obviously, he made huge amends when he played against Jonathan Christie, and he's just grown in confidence since then.
But he is going to take on another man who is in absolute sublime form, in fine form, is Ayush Shetty, who really delivered India the winning match yesterday against a higher-ranked Linchini, albeit Linchini was not fully fit. But this is going to be a huge ask as the #1 men's single.
Yeah, coming in as the top singles, leading the team is a completely different ballgame to being in the second. Every position has its different pressures. But I think this young man has all it takes to lead a team. He's got an excellent temperament. He showed that yesterday, and I'm extremely excited to see him, how he delivers that in this opening match against Christo Popov.
Well, I can tell you, we're going to have a noisy bench tonight as well. I mean, the arena is fully packed, understandably so. 2 European nations in action. I mean, Ben, as a European yourself, it's not, you know, as an extension of Europe, how are you seeing this Thomas Cup and seeing Denmark and France?
It's good. I mean, it's the first time in the Thomas Cup's entire history, and it's been going since 1949.
Yeah.
So over 70 years, and it's the first time we've seen 2 European nations in the semis of the Thomas Cup. It's quite a historic night for European badminton.
Well, absolutely, and as we see the coin toss done, and the head-to-head favors Christo Popov, but it's just the one meeting they had, which was at the Hilo Open in 2024 in the semi-final. Popov won that 21-17, 21-13. But that was some time ago, and we have seen how they have both grown.
Yeah, both players in comparison to their 2024 selves, there's no comparison. So I'm not sure we can really look too much into that head-to-head, to be honest with you.
Well, he's now world #4, enjoying his career best ranking. Christo Popov, just 24 years of age, the left-hander, and has a win rate percent, and this is really impressive, 84% win rate in 2026. 21 matches won, 4 matches lost. And as you mentioned, it was really tight and nervy against Kunlavut Viditsan, which is why it finished in favor of Viditsan. But since then, he's picked it up a notch. Look at those wins against Christie and Naroka.
Yeah, they were huge wins as well. Like we've said, with the 3 singles coming, it's the momentum that he gives the team if he can deliver those wins is absolutely huge. And it'll be the same again tonight if he can do it again.
Ayush Shetty, just 21 years of age, the right-hander. World #18, also the highest in his career. He broke into the top 20 just this month in April. Has a win-loss record of 10-10, 50% of matches won. But I think, you know, everyone's just sat up and taken notice because of what he did in the beginning of April, which was get to the final of the Asian Championships. And he has won all his matches. He's the only Indian player in his team to have won all his matches so far in the Thomas Cup. Beat Brian Yang, beat Wang Hongyang, and Lin Chunyi. So impressive wins there too.
Yeah, all impressive wins. And I think what bodes well for tonight is his last 2 wins have been over left-handers, and he's playing a left-hander tonight. So
that puts him in there.
Yeah, he's. I mean, I slightly joke about that, but the fact that he's played left-handers will mean that he's even more prepared and ready for this one.
Jakob Sindberg of Denmark is the umpire for this match, and he's joined by Emmanuel Kagabotsiling of Botswana. I hope I got that right. But yeah, we're about to get this match underway. We see Arvan Shah in the box, and there's a lot going on in the French box as well.
I think there's going to be a battle, not just on court, but off the court as well. All the French players donning wigs, jumping up and down. And I think the Indian team are also on their feet as well.
So we're about to get this match underway very, very shortly. And just a quick look, how crucial is this men's singles?
I think it's absolutely massive. We saw with both teams in their quarterfinals how the winner of the men's singles, the first match of the tie, really set the tone and gave the confidence to the rest of the team. I think it's massively important for both teams.
Well, we're about to see what unfolds here on court 2 between Christo Popov and Ayush Shetty.
Ladies and gentlemen, on my right, France, represented by Christo Popov. And on my left, India, represented by Ayush Shetty. India to serve. Love all. Play.
So Ayush Shetty will serve to get this first match of the semi-final underway.
That's nice.
Service over. 1-love.
Yeah, that's the French bench trying to recreate.
Yeah, they might outdo the whole Danish crowd here tonight. They've been like that all week, so energetic. I'm not sure if you saw their celebrations in the media zone after their win yesterday.
Yeah.
It was India, to be fair, as well, were also pretty...
They crowded it out. Oh, nice.
Oh, that's a nice shot.
He's done well with the drop shot so far. Quickly back on his feet.
Christo's made... Oh, he's missed that one, but he's pulling Ayush Shetty all over the court. Ayush covered every inch of the court in that rally, but he did well to cling in there.
Well, we said that it's going to be loud. With every point, we'd expect one team or the other up on their feet, cheering the teammate on, because, you know, it's all to play for. Place in the finals.
Yeah.
You know, real
1-0.
chance at history for France. India looking to consolidate themselves as, you know, real contenders for Thomas Cup. So much riding on this.
Christo's really pushing up the court and working the back of the court. Oh, that's a nice shot.
Good save. Oh!
Service over.
Yeah, it's quite clear. Again, we've only had 3 rallies, but how I think Christo's making a big concerted effort to take the front of the court as early as possible. And he's doing a lot of lifting away, and then he'll go in at the front.
In terms of styles and how you've seen them play this last 8-9 days, where do you think this match will likely be contested the most?
I think we're going to see a huge battle around the net, and I think I'm not surprised we've seen some long rallies, because both players have played very patiently and a little bit within themselves in their previous matches. But then once they start to open up, we will see a far more attacking game. But I think this first half is going to be feeling each other out there. Well, it's only their second meeting, but you know that one was 2 years ago. It's such a big stage as well.
Nice challenge it early. It's called out. Ayush Shetty. And given that Christo left it quite confidently.
Challenge unsuccessful. One challenge remaining.
That was out, and it is down a challenge very early in this opening game.
3-1.
A sign of maybe possible early nerves. It's such a huge... I mean, I said to their match yesterday, Ayush, just thought that was the biggest match Ayush has been a part of. This is magnified. It's a semi-final, and he's leading the team. It's
4-1.
I mean, just, you know, as a young man, having to deal with suddenly being thrust into the men's singles #1 position.
It's big.
Oh, nice.
Service over.
Well, the cross-court smash is effective for Ayush Shetty.
And that's where Christo has the slight advantage, is that he's played first singles throughout the tournament, so he's had a bit of a feeling of what it's like to come out. And then add to that, he's delivered as well. He's going to be riding high on the confidence.
Well, you know, there's obviously, after the news of Lakshya Sen coming out, there's been a lot of conversations that have been happening in the back rooms about you know, what that means for India. But someone made a very good point about the fact that there's, you know, this might just, as a result, give India underdog status in this tie.
That could very well be.
And that's something they'll like.
Yeah, they, you know, that could be quite good in terms of just, it might just change the psyche ever so slightly.
Yeah.
5-3.
Sort of take the edge off in so many ways. So right now,
6-3.
Ayush Shetty just struggling to stay within the lines. Nice.
7-3.
It will certainly be nerves for Shetty, because it felt like he had Christo there.
Yeah, Christo's certainly, I said it already, but he's certainly pushing up the front of the court. It's a second flick as well.
8-3.
Smart play from Christo, because I think Ayush would have noticed that Christo's looking to dominate the front, and as we know in singles, it's such an important area. So Ayush trying to maybe get away on top of the rally by taking the low serve early, so overcommitting. Yeah, again, looking, pushing up. As soon as he gets it in behind Ayush Shetty, he's all the way up on the service line.
9-3.
I'm not sure whether, you know, we've spoken about the conditions inside this arena a few times, and it seems to be changing a little bit, but for whatever reason, whether it's nerves or not, I think Ayush maybe confidence to use the back of the court if he can.
4-9.
Christo has really come off the blocks flying here.
Yeah, this is the fastest start he's had all tournament.
And look at that.
Service over.
We usually talk about the service situation being so important in doubles, but it is pretty important in singles as well. And at the moment, Christo is getting on top of the rallies very, very early, and Ayush is finding it difficult to claim it back. And Christo on top of the rally, but that was a nice shot.
Service over. 5-10.
I mean, you think about the fact that this is his Thomas Cup debut as well. You know, there's so many sort of levels that he has to deliver on. Looking to make an impression, Ayush Shetty.
Well, that was a clever serve from Ayush out wide. Just caught Christo slightly off guard.
Nice. Good body smash.
A bit more, if you notice there, is moving back just a little bit more oomph, if you can use that as a technical term. A bit more effort to really push back onto those lifts.
Just trying to close that gap that Christo had. You know, he was 8-3 up, Christo. Looking to close it down, but it makes the error at the net. Ayush Shetty. And so it's Christo Popov, 11-6. Ahead in a quick-fire start here. Just 9 minutes played between Popov and Shetty.
Court 2, 20 seconds. Court 2, 20 seconds.
And I'm also thinking, how cool is it for Popov Senior to be witnessing all this for France?
The fact that him and his two boys get to travel the world and experience situations like this, it must be pretty special.
He's been instrumental in their growth as world-class players.
He's come out very, very positive as Christo, and a little bit more proactive than he started against Kodai yesterday and against Johnson Christie. In those two matches, it felt, if I could use the analogy of running like a 5K, like running literally all the way up to the final lap at very comfortable speed, way below, and then going all in right at the end, whereas he's really taken it to Ayush, and I think a part of that is he knows Ayush Shetty is not as experienced, so he's coming for him, making him feel that pressure from the word go.
13-6.
Adding, sort of building on the pressure.
He's making his presence known. It's a clever, it's a good ploy for me. And I'd like Ayush to not be afraid of that. We saw that big body smash where he went all in, and I think maybe a few of those could just settle his nerves, maybe unsettle Christo slightly.
Right now,
14,
in this opening game, the errors have been quite obvious from Shetty's side. There's a fair bit of badminton to go. He can take some confidence in that.
That's nice. Yeah, Christo's so far up on the court.
15,
able to read and anticipate everything from Ayush at the moment.
And I'm just thinking back to Ayush Shetty's match yesterday, Lin Chunyi, where Lin obviously was slightly down, he wasn't at full speed, and in a lot of those situations where Ayush slightly late, he was hanging back, he was playing very safe, whereas it's another really good flick serve. Christo is on everything. Look at that again, stepping right up. That's also landed in.
He'll challenge it.
India challengers called.
He has just the one. But I was also thinking that with the fact that this was a little bit of a surprise when the lineups were announced, that might sort of hamper France's preparations coming into things. It doesn't seem that way at all.
No challenges remaining.
They might have very well prepared. I know the French team really look at absolutely every angle. They might have possibly, I think, for every possible player that Christo could have played, which would be either Lakshya or Ayush, they probably have a plan for both players. I'd have no doubt that they would have at least had a conversation about whether they would play stepping forward.
He's doing everything right at the moment, Christo Popov, and it's an 11-point advantage for the world number 4.
It might be quite easy to sit here and say in those situations, play the clear, but then if he's tense, it's going to be a bit slower, and Christo's so fast back that for Ayush, he's going to feel in situations like there's no option.
7-17.
Gone long that time.
8-17.
He desperately needs a run of points here, Ayush Shetty.
That's the second one he's missed from that forehand corner.
18-8.
Slightly worrying. That's even for me more worrying than the scoreline right now, is that when I've seen Ayush have poor performances might be the wrong word, but when he's lost badly, sometimes it's been errors from that forehand when he's been in an attacking situation. I think he'll do really good if he could nail one before the end of this first game.
19-8.
I mean, France's sort of rhythm, France's wins have really gone by Christo's performances, haven't they?
Yeah, they have, yeah.
The one against Thailand, where Christo lost, they lost 1-4.
Yeah, they did, yeah. So, yeah, that's it. They lose their in singles. It can be very easy to lose any momentum.
So this is multiple game points now for Christo Popov. It's wide.
Service over. 9-20.
Nice pickup, yeah. It's good when he's moving Popov around in that point.
Yeah, it was
just not letting him settle.
Yeah. And you got that smash back, good defensive movement. Go on long.
11-20.
Challenge it.
Do you want to challenge? I didn't understand that signal. That's fine. It's okay. France challenges called out.
I thought for a second he was going to, is it too late, but...
Yeah, it basically is Sinbad saying that he didn't understand what he was asking for.
I think Christo is doing this to see how long it is by.
Okay, because it is indeed long.
Yeah, I think it is long, but he wants to know by how much, because I don't know whether they changed the shuttle and it's gone a bit faster, because he's hit a couple out the back, and it doesn't look like he's hit it all too hard. Yeah, it's by a long, long distance.
Challenge unsuccessful.
So
one challenge remaining.
He's lost 3 game points.
11-20.
Christo Popov, but there's plenty more to go. That's in. And a miss from Shetty.
First game won by France, 21-11.
And Christo Popov has taken this on the 4th game point, 21-11. He led from start to finish. In fact, he didn't let Ayush Shetty any kind of look in that game, it'd be fair to say. And just 19 minutes gone, and Popov has a massive advantage.
Avoir dans l'autre sens aussi. Positivo, 7 puntos.
Ayush, taking your steps. Call 2, 20 seconds.
I can imagine
Call
the
2,
words
20
of
seconds.
comfort for Ayush Shetty from Arwan Shah. never easy looking at a scoreline and seeing yourself 11-21.
Second game.
Just 19 minutes.
Yeah.
Level. Play.
Christo Popov has been fantastic in the way he's started this match.
Service over.
I think it's going to be an even bigger battle for the net, because the way that Christo played that opening game, it was clear that's where he was trying to win it. But the other reason is, at the end of that first game, both players were hitting a few long, and I think both lost their confidence. Christo definitely lost his confidence a little bit at the end, so we're not going to see as many lifts. If we do, they might be a bit shorter. So I think as a result, getting control of the front, so that if you do want to use the back of the court, it's easier to control. I think there's going to be a massive battle between these two there. That's nice. Long diagonals, Christo's working. Ayush.
Smart play from Popov.
2-1.
But he's always been in control. It just feels like he's the one who's just dictating everything at the moment.
Yeah, and it's because he can get onto the front of the court. I mean, in singles, control the front and you can control the game, and that's not just playing the tight spinning net shots, it's taking your opponent's rear court early. So you're controlling how the rally is played out, which side of the court it's on. Is it big court, small court? You get all those options on your side. Those kind of lifts.
Oh, delightful from Popov.
4-1.
That's a terrific touch from Christo Popov.
I'm not sure I'd go at the body if I was late to a player that plays world-class men's doubles.
Well, we saw such fantastic net play from Shetty yesterday against Lynchini, and it just feels like that game has been taken away from him completely.
Yeah, it has been, yeah. And again, that's probably Christo and his father and the rest of the French coaches, when they sat down, did the video analysis, they probably said, yeah, Ayush was on top from that situation, so win it, take it away from him as early as you can. And
6-1.
I think, you know, Ayush would have been nervous before this match, understandably, and it's just compounded by the way that Christo has come out. Because at the moment, Ayush doesn't really, he can't get on top of the rallies. He feels very, I can just see he doesn't feel too comfortable.
Yeah. And as the scoreline grows bigger, you feel like he's even more hesitant. Kind of second-guessing himself. This guy's got the line there. Stops at 6.1.
2-6.
There's a very big difference between the body language of Ayush of yesterday and the Ayush we're seeing now.
Yeah, but again, I said it, the pressure coming from the other side of the net is 3 or 4 times as much as it was yesterday. Lynchini couldn't apply enough pressure. And then add to that, it's just that he will know not only the responsibility for singles, but he knows that how good France can be, and that's not going to help. If they get the first win, they can snowball. They've done it so many times already in this tournament.
India challengers called out.
I think he's now just taking the challenges to stop the sort of momentum in any which way he can.
No, I'd agree. I don't think he's challenged that with he thought that it actually is going to go in his favour.
He just needs a pause. Desperately seeking a pause.
clearly long.
Challenge unsuccessful. One challenge remaining.
It's
Service over.
a lift going that far out.
7,
and last
2.
time he played to the net, Popov killed it.
Play.
Every time he's at the front, he doesn't know whether to play to the net or the back, and that's just only going to make everything worse. There's another one.
Look at that.
8.
He is
2.
on fire right now, Christo Popov.
It's world-class tactical play. Very, very clever from Christo.
Yeah. Just doesn't give him any allowance.
He doesn't. Ayush, every time he's at the net now, has no idea what Christo's looking for, whether he feels confident playing to the net or the back.
Thank you.
You know, we talked about how fantastic, of course, Ayush's run had been in April, and, you know, he emerged or burst out on the scene with that performance at the Asian Championship. But Christo, from the start of this year, in fact, from the World Tour Finals last year, has been an unstoppable force in men's singles.
Yeah, he was incredibly consistent last year as well, and then the World Tour Finals win was the big win of the year.
9.
Right at the end, and
2.
he's kind of carried that through.
And he's European champion, you know?
Yeah, he did, yeah.
He won the gold in Huelva.
Yes, he did. He switched his bronze from this arena last year to a gold. Oh, wow. That's
10-2.
everything Christo's doing. It's almost flawless at the moment. It's
Look at that.
11-2 interval.
A lot of power and pace behind that cross-court smash, but it has been Christo's night so far. 11-2 at the break. Christo Popov is in a rush.
Court 2, 20 seconds. Court 2, 20 seconds.
Given the scoreline, you know, I had asked you yesterday, Ben, if you remember, when they played Linchini, and he was not playing, obviously, at his best, and was really being given the runaround by Shetty, whether one would pick a 70% Linchini over 100% Chiyujin, right? In this case, would you have picked a 70% Lakshya Sen or 80% Lakshya Sen over 100% Ayush Shetty?
That's a question I might not want to answer.
Knowing, you know...
I think the injury to Lakshya, as much as they will obviously hope he can, if they do make it to the final, he can come back, they do need him. It must be possibly worse than they're letting on.
Yeah.
12-2.
I mean, the dive that he was doing yesterday, he was landing hard on that elbow.
Yeah, and you saw him shake it off a few times.
He did,
And I remember when he came back onto the bench, he had a sort of guard on that right elbow. So clearly it has done damage. But gosh, are they missing him now?
It's what's to say that, you know, the way Christo's playing, Lakshya, even if he had played, would we see the same results? And then you've got Alex Lanier coming in at second, who can play a similar style. It's a difficult question to answer that. I mean, I think all I will say is that at the moment, we know Ayush can play a bit better than this, but it's not him playing poorly. He's made some errors, but it's the way that Christo set his stall out at the start of the game.
13.
How he played those opening rallies, he played the long game. It's what set this up. It's what's compounded his game and why he's now in this position.
was looking at
13.
the last time there was a European representation in the semi-finals outside of Denmark in the Thomas Cup. 1984, England.
England, yeah. They had,
That was the last non-Danish representation in the semis.
they had a phenomenal tournament. I think they beat Korea at that tournament. A full-strength Korea, I may add.
Yeah.
Actually, England had a very good 84. They got the final of the Uber Cup, and our co-commentator, Jill Clark, was part of that team. That's a nice shot. That might give him a little bit. It's a huge mountain to climb, but last two rallies with that up. If he can hit a couple of those big smashes, it might just give him a glimmer of hope.
Yeah. It's a huge gap right now. But just look how alert Christo Popov is. He's hunting every
14,
shot down.
5.
Yeah. He's willing to take on certain battles. Like this time he took on the net battle,
Yeah.
played it back. And it's Ayush that gave it away first.
And I have a feeling that on the other side, on court one, both the coaches also have an eye on this game. Definitely looking at how Popov has started this tie.
There's a big flip again.
Yeah. He's got his racket.
15-5.
A difficult thing for Ayush as well. I mean, we've said it a few times, but if he doesn't try to get on top of those low serves, he gets so quickly behind the rallies. That does leave him a little bit open to those flicks, and Christo's been doing them very well. Wow.
16-5.
Maybe his birthday tomorrow, Ayush Shetty.
He would love to be playing a Thomas Cup final on his
I
birthday,
know.
for sure. It seems he's not going to be delivering a point for his team today, though, but...
Born on the 3rd of May in 2005. He'll be 21 tomorrow. He's coming of age in many ways.
It's nice. Oh, wow. Just, I mean, what is going on? Almost pulled that one off.
Service over.
Christo's just having one of those days where he's got the golden touch.
16.
That one's just going long, but he had no right to win that rally. I mean, look at him play. He played back a net cord, got that back, and then all...
Ayush Shetty will be breathing a huge sigh of relief. Look at that. Taking charge of every point, Christo Popov now. 11-point advantage, 4 away from putting France ahead. And what a boost that will be.
$17-6.
I remember during the Paris Olympics 2024 when the Popovs and Alex Lanier and all were sort of bursting onto the scene, and we were saying this is a golden generation for French badminton. I think it's all come to fruition now. Looking at not just how they have performed at the Olympics and then after that, but just growing in stature.
Exactly. All started about 10 years ago when Toma Junior and Tom Draquel were part of the junior team, winning European junior titles and team events. And then obviously Christo came along, and Anna Merkel, and then Alex Lanier, and now there's plenty below them as well.
Nice.
For a from the string, but...
Thinking Tom Jekyll must be almost hurting sitting back home looking at how France are doing in the Thomas Cup.
I'm sure he's actually, he'd love to be here, or for whatever reason why he's not, but I'm sure he's probably in the same outfit as the teammates here, dancing in front of his TV.
Everything that Ayush Shetty is trying to do or change the direction or whatever, Christo is so ready.
Yeah, Christo is on absolutely every area of the game. Ayush has tried his hardest to find different solutions, but he's found no answer today.
20 seconds.
He's 2 points away from a big victory, Christo Popov.
11-2.
Service over.
It's a good shot. Use the
9,
open court
19.
well, Shetty.
Ayush. Wait. Service over.
Look at that. Numerous match points for Christo Popov.
9.
This is a similar situation in game 1 as well, where he was 28 up. And Shetty somehow clawed back 3 points, but he has been a man on a mission. And what a way to set the tone.
Yes. Yeah, we've seen how France can just snowball their performances. And
just needed the 1 match point. And Christo Popov puts France ahead in tremendous manner. I mean, that was masterclass in men's singles for Christo Popov.
It was, like I said a few times, it was
won by France.
how he set out his stall at the beginning. He had a clear game plan, take control of the net, and from there everything just cemented and kind of grew tenfold.
21-11, 21-9. Proved all too much for young Ayush Shetty. But he'll live to tell another day.
And he'll learn as well.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, he's got a lot of badminton ahead of him. You know, you learn from these kind of matches the most. And while Popov will enjoy this moment, there's plenty more badminton to come in this tie between France and India. Moment of celebration for Popov with his teammates. Why not? It was a near-perfect performance. Coming up next, the second men's singles and a first meeting between Alex Lanier and Kidambi Srikanth. watching live coverage of the BWF Thomas and Uber Cup Finals 2026, and it's been such a lovely weather in Horsens. Everyone's out and about on the streets and in the courtyards of Forum Horsens as well, taking in the sun, enjoying the badminton, of course, but with every break they get, you'll find them outside. Well, we're going to find our way on to men's singles number 2. Alex Lanier versus Kidambi Srikanth. That's a match that's about to get underway after Christo Popov gave France a big leg up here, 1-0 with a straight games win over Ayush, Shetty. And you see, it is that match between France and India. The winner will face either China or Denmark. I can tell you that China are in control of their first men's singles as well. Chi winning the first game against Anders Antonsen and now leads by a huge margin, 17-5 in the second. So looks likely that China will take the first scalp. But there's plenty of badminton still to come in both these matches, both these ties. But what a moment now for Alex Lanier to compound India's misery. He will be looking to put them 2-0 up as he takes on Kidambi Srikanth. Oh, that is always...
He almost rolled his ankle coming out of the step there, but...
such a treacherous walk up to court 2. Always a concern, but... Kidambi Srikanth has been, again, a fixture, a permanent fixture for Team India for so long. Former world number 1, this man. Now, of course, 33 years of age, but has been part of the Indian setup, was one of the major driving factors in their 2022 Thomas Cup victory as well. And he's really having a massive challenge ahead of him, trying to turn this tie around. And
India are going to want 2022 Srikanth to turn up today. He was undefeated in that tournament and won the winning point that won him the cup back then. So they're going to desperately want him to produce that kind of badminton tonight.
And it really feels like this one is all about youth versus experience. Alex will have the legs, will have the physicality. We know how strong he is generally as a player. Srikanth, nimble, has lots of experience now under his belt, can see parts of the court easily. It makes it an interesting tie.
It is. It's very exciting. When you said it, spot on. Youth versus experience. It's going to be how well Kidambi can suck some speed out of the game, and for Alex, how can he put it back in? If this was Srikanth back at his prime, then I would say that speed-wise they would be very evenly matched. But obviously at 33, that area of his game isn't as strong, but he's got fantastic touch and skills when he's in full flow.
Alex Lanier, 21 years of age, the right-hander from Caen, France, ranked 10th in the world at the moment, but of course has been a former world number 7. That was not long ago, July of 2025, when he was world number 7. Has a 75% win rate in 2026, so pretty steady 15-5 win-loss record. Making a 3rd Thomas Cup appearance. 21 and 22 were the other additions. Look at that, straight game wins over Yushi Tanaka in the quarterfinal, which was a huge win, but also Alvi Farhan, an impressive win against him. Came short against Panichaponti Ratsakul. But again, that tie against Thailand was almost like a wake-up call for France, saying this cannot happen again.
Yeah, it was, and you look at the results, it's a very similar story to what has been Christo, and we saw how he played tonight, so we'll see if that happens again for Alex.
So Kidambi Srikanth, as I mentioned, now 33 years of age, ranked 30th in the world. He has been hampered by injury as well in the last couple of years, but a former world number 1, got there in April of 2018. Has a win rate of 42% this year. 5 matches won to 7 losses. He's only played that 1 match, which you pointed out, Ben, against Josh Wynn of Canada, 21-17, 21-12 in 31 minutes. And that could hamper his chances here, can't it?
My big question mark against Srikanth is there's obviously no doubt he'll be fresh in the legs, considering only played 1. But the fact that that was on the opening day of the competition 8 days ago. So is he match sharp? He would have practiced and he would have trained, but there's a big difference between that and actually playing on the courts and playing under the sort of pressure. And that's regardless of his experience. Whereas on the flip side, Alex has played pretty much every match bar against Algeria. He's delivered points. Yeah, he's delivered points, and so for me, that's an interesting thing to see. And personally, it's an advantage to France.
Well, Henrik Olsen-Boas and Latif Johari will be your officials for this match, and they'll be keeping a close eye on how this goes, of course, keeping the players in check, making sure the match goes at the best pace possible. But yeah, Alex Lanier definitely has the edge, given his form, given the way he's performed in this tournament. Kidambi Srikanth knows all about getting out of tight situations.
Yes.
He has done it on the tour. He's done it for India in the Thomas Cup. You talked about, you know, delivering the winning point. All those kind of moments that requires the strongest
Ladies
mindset.
and gentlemen, on my right, India represented by Kidambi Srikanth. And on my left, France represented by Alex Lanier. France to serve. Love all. Play.
Alex Lanier will serve.
One love.
You look at the France lineup, and the first two men's singles are probably two of the strongest, quickest.
Yeah, they are very fast. Alex a little bit more explosive, I'd say, than Christo, but yeah, both incredibly quick on their feet. Great attacking game, can retrieve. They've got every area covered. And, from the way they've played throughout this tournament, the maturity they have for such a young age. I mean, Alex is the same age as the man we just saw from India, Ayush, Shetty. They're the same age group, played at the same World Junior Championships.
Just over.
But the difference for Alex here is he's in his comfortable second singles, a spot he's got accustomed to over this competition.
We've seen Ayush Shetty hit quite a few errors on that back line in that opening game as well. Something.
Yeah, definitely. I think the shuttles are flying a little quick tonight, aren't they? Nice play.
Serves over. 2-3.
I remember when Srikanth was, at his peak when he reached world #1, and even when he burst onto the scene, it was his attacking play like that and his finesse around the net. He's still got those skills. It's just whether he brings them out, whether he can, and if Alex allows him. That's the kind of net play. Very good play.
But he has the temperament. One of the things that Srikanth does have, has always had, is this temperament of staying calm under pressure.
Yeah, he is, He has, like you said, buckets of experience, both in these situations and in general. Having played in many major finals. But positive early signs.
Yeah, straight away, that's more of a match. Feels like more of a match. And the question will be whether Srikanth can keep it up.
Serves over. 4-3.
And the other thing is Srikanth, because he's got 5 Thomas Cups under him, and he's been on the circuit for such a long time, he knows how to play all the positions.
Yes.
So he knows what it means, the demands of the number 1 versus the number 2, and what the scoreline pressures can mean in those situations.
Yeah, he's had his most success in this second single spot as well, which is a good thing for India.
It's a good save from Srikanth, forcing Lanier to play another shot.
Thank you.
One-point game at the moment.
6. Sorry, 4-5. Sorry.
I saw a feather fly.
Serves over. 6-4.
I mean, the other side of this, of course, we know that France are riding high on this wave and the energy about the team, but you know they've also got to be careful not to kind of get too caught up in it.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's easy to get a little carried away.
Yeah.
Although I'd say from these early signs that Alex is doing the opposite. He's being a little bit more reserved than I saw him, especially against Awi Farhan in that match. He came out like a bull in a china shop. He was flying
6,
around.
4.
He looks a little bit more subdued here.
Serves over. 5-6. Serves over.
4 to score. Subtle touch to
7-5.
With that Indonesia win, I keep going back to it because Indonesia were one of the favorites for this tournament, given the strength in men's singles and doubles. Always have had a well-rounded team, so when France kind of took them out the way they did.
Yeah, that was a night I'll never forget. That was pretty crazy.
6-7.
Srikanth started really well. I had those doubts of his match sharpness, and at the moment, those doubts I had are being answered. Those are really nice shots, those spinning net shots Srikanth does.
Nice.
Good, yes, very good.
Oh, missed it. Well, just as you said that, looking for the spinning net shot,
8.
makes the error.
6.
But it almost feels like he's, you know, this match is like taking it down a notch. Everyone got very excited about Christo Popov with the Ayush Shetty, and Christo Popov really came out with a bang, but
I think that's going to be Srikanth's plan, is to try to bring the pace of the game down.
9.
Like I said in the intro, it's going to be about him trying to suck speed out of the game. Alex is going to be trying to put it in. So it's going to be interesting who comes out on top. Because if Alex can play at the kind of pace we know, if it gets a fast, frantic game, he has the advantage.
that's a great smash from Srikanth there.
7-9.
Was all out on the cross-court smash.
Fabulous smash that from Srikanth.
I was just looking at, I was looking at all the permutations that we have out there and how the French men's single just generally stack up against India and Indians in their careers, and they all have a winning record against India. which is great
Yeah.
to add to their
Service over.
self-belief. I mean, the only thing
10,
I could say
7.
for the Indians is that there is an unknown quantity in the fact that Lanier has never played the likes of Srikanth or Prannoy or that generation of players,
Yeah.
and what that means, you know, because it's a very different kind of brand of badminton that they played compared to, say, Lakshya Sen.
Yeah, it would be.
Called in.
India
The challenger.
challenges called in. Wipe the court, please. Wipe the court, please.
Well, Lanier was knocked out in the quarterfinals of the European
Challenge
Championships. As we
unsuccessful.
see, it
One
is
challenge
landing,
remaining.
and so Lanier is
11-7 interval.
11-7 up at the break. He's gone about his business calmly and has the lead by 4 points.
Yeah, that first lift needs to be with the commitment more direct. You just go into the front and lift with the speed. He's not able to attack when you lift with the speed. He's able to attack when we play piece-off, he plays the net, we lift. Okay, so more speed to the front court. That doesn't matter, middle, like to the side, it doesn't really matter. It's just important that you move the shuttle quick, okay? Now look, from the back, from the back,
20 seconds. Court 2, 20 seconds.
Played in and then ready to move forward. And in
France.
general, he just wants to move forward. Okay, so open up with the lift.
11,
Kestutis Navickas,
7.
the French coach, the coach for Alex Lanier, with some pretty good advice. It was actually what I'd written down in terms of some things that Alex will probably try to do. I think one of them was don't play too slow and tight into the net, because then Srikanth is able to use his great net playing,
11.
create those attacking chances. If we can keep the net area a little deep, a little sharper, that allows you to lift the back fast when Srikanth isn't as quick to get on the attacks. He's only really playing safe.
12-8.
And I think one thing that Alex can get out of that is it can activate him on the rear court a little bit more. If he plays into the tight net, he's losing that battle at the moment. So he's not getting many attacking chances. If he can play flat and a bit deep,
Service over.
he can maybe activate and get some of his speed, get some of that
9,
pace
12.
into the game, where he has the advantage. And I think lastly was a little bit like what we saw Christo do, where he stepped onto the front of the court. I think he wants Alex to do that as well.
I missed that one.
Service over. 13-9.
Oh, we haven't seen too many long exchanges as well between these two men. Try to keep the rallies short. I think for Srikanth that will be important. Gone long.
14-9.
Yeah, I can see Alex keeping all his shots past the service line and deep, only going in tight if he feels he can really win that. That's a loose shot.
Service over.
Yeah, Srikanth putting it away calmly.
14.
He's kept pretty close distance with Alex throughout this opening game. That was the biggest lead he's had.
Service over. 15-10.
That's really nice. Just a lovely touch from Alex Lanier.
It's the speed forward, the approach, a little more aggressive. He's pressing Srikanth.
16-10.
That extra half step forward, little flat lifts to the backcourt, a little jabs.
And I think the flatter game is something that Alex Lanier can really take advantage of.
I think he's a little stronger, Kidambi, and if it's a fast flat game, I think if he plays flat and it floats a little bit, Srikanth has got far better shots and skills at hand, but
17-10.
There's another flat lift. Srikanth trying to get into the attack, but he's making the error.
Well, this is the best run Lanier has managed. 3 straight points.
It's a nice flick serve. There's a flat lift again. Now it sets up his attack, yeah.
And it's come at a crucial time. Look at that, 3 points away from taking the opening game.
Yeah, Alex has found a solution to get the game away from a little slower. He's managed to find little scenarios where he can inject speed in, and then the rally goes way into his favor.
Serves over 11-18.
That one, that's nice from the Srikanth.
12-18.
I'm not so sure playing those ones just to his racket though, because Srikanth's got phenomenal. His array of shots he's got from there are really good.
Nice.
That's a nice shot from Srikanth. That's really good play.
He did really well at the net. Kidambi Srikanth.
13-18.
That rally, Alex was engaging the net a little more often than maybe he should have done. He got this lead from, of course, not being afraid of the net, but also the flatter lift to the deep corner to Srikanth. There he took on a true net battle.
Good run now from Srikanth. 4 straight points.
14,
close the gap
18.
back to 4.
Look at that, that backhand reverse, that's nice. He's got those skills, he can do that from the forehand, he can chop it as well. He's got a lot of variety from there.
Landed in, perfectly put away.
France challenges called in.
Kidambi Srikanth, Lanier will challenge. It's been called in. I just feel like if they play at this tempo, Srikanth has a little bit more of a say.
Yeah, he is. I am also a little bit confused by why Alex has started to play more
Challenge unsuccessful.
to the net.
One
yeah, of
challenge
course, you've got to go in there, you can't avoid it, but he got 18-10 or 18-11 up from playing there once or twice and then quickly flicking it away. He's playing it back there. So he's inviting Srikanth to get in on the rally,
18.
like you said.
Play. Serves over.
Oh, it's an important
19.
break in momentum for Lanier. Srikanth on a run of 5 points. He just needs 2 more points to close out this opening game. Give himself and France an advantage.
Oh, good shot from Srikanth.
Serves over. 16-19.
He's played those net shots really well, Srikanth.
Again, in a straight net battle, I would put my money on Srikanth. A flip to the deep corner.
20.
But he's staying ahead and
16.
now has carved out 4 game points, Alex Lanier. From 3-all in this game, he's always stayed ahead and that's counted. Gone wide, and it's Lanier who has the advantage. 21-16 in the opening game.
First game won by France.
After 17 minutes.
16.
It's a another advantageous position that France find themselves in.
And it's even good when you turn a little bit, but it's important that you take the shuttle a little bit higher. Then you can inject the pace. Get to the shot. But especially the first lift is important. From the back, you haven't used the body smash too much. Yes, I agree. But when he plays those lifts, play with the hand, but a bit more investment to the movement. And follow up to your shots, okay? Right from the back to the front, okay? Yeah.
Court 2, 20 seconds. Court 2, 20 seconds.
Oh, it was hard to hear a lot of what was being said to Lanier, given the noise in the arena. Ben,
Second game.
but I picked up speed, I picked up height.
Love all.
Maybe you got more than I did.
Yeah, like you, it was a little difficult to catch everything that Kęstutis was saying, but the first thing I picked up on was certainly what I've been saying is trying to put a little more pace in some of the shots, seeing to get earlier. Wow. And another thing was don't be afraid to use the body smash.
One love.
Body smash, very effective, especially, you know, if you're feeling a little bit nervous, that can help, but also, like I said, it opens up the sides as well. And the last thing was, when you play from the back of the court, invest a little more in your movement forward.
Follow up, I had to follow up.
Yeah. And I would actually say that last one probably applied to Srikanth. If he's not going to get as many chances if Alex can play flat to the back where he can get up quickly, but what he can do is he can take it late or later, play it down, but then really look to get in on the front. So then he's up high, and then he's got, you know, all those skills that we saw.
Well, it's a must-win game for Kidambi Srikanth.
Over.
We saw him try to go for the body smash, but just not had enough on it on that occasion, and Srikanth could defend easily.
Yeah, look at that. Look how
Serves over.
Srikanth neutralised it well, but that was a good example of what Kęstutis is saying. Even if Alex is playing that rear court from late, he waits, and as soon as he sees the next shot, he injects pace. He doesn't go all at one speed.
Serves over. 3-all.
Yeah, he's trying to get himself pumped up. Alex Lanier won his home tournament in France in March, the Orleans Masters. Beat Toma Popov in the final. Quarterfinal showing at the European Championships as well.
4-3.
Where he lost to Merkellik in 3. That's a pretty decent run into the tournament.
Yeah, I mean, he had a good Orleans Masters, but I know that since the All England, he's been struggling with motivational issues. That loss at the All England was devastating for him. as the Europeans compounded it, but I heard that the team really got behind him after the Thailand match, and you could see that the way he came out against Indonesia, he was like a different player, and he's carried that forward. I don't think you need any help with motivation at an event like this.
Exactly.
If you do, then you should probably consider not playing anymore.
6-3.
This is a positive start for Alex and for Team France. Shot, good defense though from Kidambi. Another good defense.
Again.
Defense from Alex. Fabulous rally.
He's trying to give it his all.
Serves over.
Alex Lanier off the floor, but Srikanth with a bigger smash. A steeper one. Closes the gap back to 2 points.
Thank you. Change. Four, 6. Serves over.
Gets it over Lanier.
7-4.
Of the net court. Now I've seen quite a few who've come undone at the net these last few days. On court 2. Lanier gets it over.
Serves over. 5-7.
Look at Srikanth's sort of season. As I mentioned, it hasn't been the best of 20 start to the seasons. Quarterfinal at the Asian Championships, the team championships was his best sort of performance. Other than that, it's been round 2 or round 1 exits on the tour. As well as at the Asian Championships as well.
7.
So really, this tournament could be a turnaround for Srikanth.
He's playing really good badminton. This is Srikanth of old. He hasn't had many deep runs in tournaments. He's had a couple of good performances. He took Jonathan Christie to 3 this earlier at India Open. And he beat Koki Watanabe in Indonesia in January as well in a very close match. So those
7.
two are obviously strong opposition. Maybe you can draw on some of those performances here.
Nice. Lovely reaction. Oh, that's terrific. What a point.
7.
By Kidambi Srikanth to level the score. That is really very well played.
He's been using all those kind of shots, I think, Srikanth. He gets Alex to play from a lower position, gets him off balance, and then it gives him a slightly easier lift that he can get onto attack.
7. All.
Level scores in the second game.
rally from both players.
8-7.
It's interesting you said that he had these sort of one-off burst results early in the season. And maybe that's exactly what it needs in the Thomas Cup, because you don't have to play like big matches every day. Yeah. And that can take a toll on your body. But at the Thomas Cup, if you come up with a big performance tonight.
Yeah. Well, Srikanth usually, obviously, if it was a normal, let's say Latch was playing as well, and it was under normal order, he'd be the third singles, he'd be the final match.
Yeah.
But he has to play early on here.
Serves over.
That's a good rally from Alex.
9-8.
I think he should avoid trying to play the touch game with Srikanth. I said in the first game, he's going to come off second best. It's these where he's keeping the pace extremely high, working very hard. Just giving Srikanth no respite.
Yeah. I think that tempo that Lanier can bring is what needs to happen in this game.
But I also think if he can play at that tempo, it might open other opportunities for him. Because Srikanth can still play at a good pace, but he can't play as fast as he used to. So if he can play within his comfort zone, then he's very dangerous. But if it goes just above, there's a number of areas which he can't play. Oh wow.
He's still trying to go for it.
Serves over.
We're going to give him
10,
A for effort.
9.
Kidambi Srikanth. Because he was on the floor trying to make the save on that net shot. Didn't help that the shuttle caught the net cord, but look at that. Gets back on his feet and tries to make a game of it.
Second. Thank you.
100% for effort from Srikanth. It was quite big an ask. Well, he's edging ahead, Lanier. And I tell you what, Ben, having taken the opening game, as this second game progresses, pressure will be on Srikanth.
11-9
So as long as he can stay ahead, he'll be good. 11-9 now at the break.
And I'll give you the answer.
Very slow.
Slow? Very slow. Slow? You say slow. Look, you don't need to be fast or too much fast to the back. You need to be fast, like to the front court. So don't focus to go like crazy in all the corners. Just focus on being high at the front court. So that means that you play around the body, but like that you go forward. Okay? Look, you are doing really good when you push more like into the court.
Court 2, 20 seconds.
Yeah, like also.
Oh, you can see there, Toma Junior Popov warming up for the third men's singles. And well, he'll certainly be hoping that the scoreline is 2-0.
9.
Which will be then a match-winning performance that will be required from Toma Junior Popov. Prannoy, on the other hand, will be hoping his compatriot for many years, Kidambi Srikanth, is able to level the score and take off a little bit of the pressure.
Yes.
Because that's not the kind of situation anyone wants to be in, coming in at 0-2 down in the Thomas Cup semi-final. That's wide.
Serves over. 10-11.
It was interesting, the mid-game interval coaching from Christo. Pretty much everything was all around what you're doing around the front of the court. More speed coming forward. I didn't quite catch it, but it sounded like Alex said something about I'm playing too slowly, and I would tend to agree.
Yeah. Well, there was a gift from Srikanth, that service error. 2-point advantage restored.
There. Little
Change of pace.
Yeah, that change of pace.
Yeah.
Look for that. If Srikanth plays to the backcourt, you can take it late, you're okay. Anytime he plays to the net here, okay, you're not going to see it, but yeah, inject the speed forward. And Srikanth, it'll be the same for him. I'm sure Wanshat, the coach for India, was also having a lot of conversation around the front of the court.
He's missed it.
India challenges called out.
Yeah, I mean, credit to Srikanth so far, because he's been able to play, like this match has gone more his style, with a slower pace and more control of shots and finding the lines and stuff like that, then those quick exchanges.
Yeah, he's done a good job so far.
Yeah.
Challenge unsuccessful.
But the problem for him is that he's done a good job, but he's
remaining.
still a game and 14-10 down.
Exactly.
14-10.
And that's because Lanier has
Play.
sort of made it, when it mattered, he made those points count.
In. There you go. Very nice. And I think that's why we're seeing Srikanth miss a few like that. He's sensing that pressure forward.
15,
that last shot
10.
from Alex, it wasn't super tight. In fact, Srikanth was there, but I think he now feels he's got to make even more of those opportunities. And we're seeing a few at the back court as well, a few of those errors just when he gets that half chance to get the control. And that maybe that is the lack of match sharpness that I mentioned earlier.
But,
11-15.
also the timing of it, I think it's very aware. Alex Lanier went on a run from 14 to 18 in the opening game,
Yes.
Put the pressure on at the second half. And here, he's gone from about...
He's done a similar thing.
Similar run from 11 to 15. Right after the break, he's gone for a push.
Twelve, 15.
Three-point advantage still for Lanier. There's the injection of pace.
Serves over. 16-12.
Yeah, there, exploding forward. Asking questions to Srikanth. Basically saying you can't play something simple, you need to do something more than that.
Brilliant.
There was a big effort from Srikanth to do the same.
13-16.
There's a little deception, brings him out, and then this is a brilliant put away.
Got a great jump smash there from Srikanth. Still has the athleticism about him, doesn't he?
When he's in full flow, he's a really nice player to watch.
That was a little bit of a late call
France
from
challenges
the line judge. It's called
out.
out. So Lanier's got
Wipe
a
the court,
challenge.
please. Wipe the court, please.
Well, the other thing that I was thinking about against Japan, the wins by Popov, wins of Lanier, straight games, just so clinical.
Yeah, they were, yeah.
And that's again one step up from the way they performed against Indonesia.
Yeah, no, that's the momentum.
Yeah.
I was speaking to Steve Pedersen over breakfast, and he said if a team in a team competition gets that momentum behind them, it's so hard to stop them.
One challenge
France
remaining.
have it. India did have it from yesterday.
14,
But I think France have it a little bit more, and then the fact they won the opening singles and are winning this, you sense it's their moment. Oh wow, that's wild.
Yeah. Well long, it's found the carpet.
15,
Lanier.
16.
And again, a chance here, a little opportunity for Srikanth. Because Lanier under pressure to close this match. Sensible.
Serves over.
did well to go to the other end.
15.
Brilliant scenes. They're even banging on the seating, the little bench forward.
Serves over 16-17.
Good reaction to the serve from Srikanth. If he can level the scores here, it'll become very interesting.
Yeah, it will be, yeah. That's a shame. It's a shame from the Indians' perspective.
18-16.
I wonder if we'll see another flip from Alex Lanier here. The last return from Srikanth, he pressed forward. No, a bit wider though.
Yeah.
Service over.
There's a lot of tension out there.
18.
He's desperate to close this out, isn't he, Lanier? 3 points away. The Srikanth just one behind him. It's almost like you can feel the person breathing down your back.
There's a lot of these scrappy little errors from both sides.
Service over. 19-17.
So 2 points now for Lanier.
Service over.
Gosh.
18-19.
Yeah, he's got to encourage Lanier. Get him to cross the line here. He's led from the start of this second half.
That was nice play again. There's that push forward, wasn't it?
Service over.
So 2 match points, Lanier.
20, match point, 18.
Looking to pull this out of the bag. Despite Srikanth's best efforts. And look at that, Team France on their feet. Almost have a football match atmosphere here.
There's the flick I was thinking might come before. Wow. Oh, broken string.
Missed it. Went straight into the net. Look at the relief, the joy from Alex Lanier. Yeah, it got very nervy.
It did. You can see that in the emotion that came out at the end there.
Yeah. big sigh of relief there from Lanier. And Srikanth couldn't quite believe it. A mistake at the end in a high, intense rally.
Match won by France. 21-16,
And Lanier
21-18.
delivers. 21-16, 21-18 in 40 minutes. Puts France 2-0 ahead. What a performance. He just held on for dear life, Lanier.
Yeah, he did, didn't he? Oh, wow, that's a big miss at the end. Yeah. Alex knows that he shouldn't have got away with that. Look how happy he is.
Oh, big celebration, big relief. Lanier is putting France in a really strong position now. They need just the one victory to book a place in the final, their first final in the Thomas Cup. And Alex Lanier has put 1 foot in the door for France. 21-16, 21-18 in 41 minutes. Lanier walks off to the cheers of his team. Love to see it. Lovely scenes. And it's now all to play for India. HS Prannoy, it's do or die as he'll take on Toma Junior Popov. That's the match that's coming up. The men's singles number 3. Toma Junior Popov with a chance to secure a place for France. watching live coverage of the BWF Thomas and Uber Cup Finals 2026, and that is the medieval prison in Horsens, one of the great landmarks, and it's now an arts and cultural center, and it hosted the welcome dinner for the players at the start of this tournament last week on the 24th of April, and they had a really good time. They got a little bit of exposure to Danish culture, lots of fun and frolic that night. That's far from fun or frolic tonight, as it's a semi-final clash between France and India here on court 2, and France have put their right foot forward. Straight games win for Lanier over Srikanth means it's an opportunity for Toma Junior Popov to send France through to the final if he can beat Prannoy HS in this third men's singles. Well, we're waiting for the officials to make their way onto the court, but Ben, it's looking pretty tough for India now to mount a comeback, isn't it?
Yeah, it's always difficult to come back from 2-0 down because there's no room for any more errors. Every player that's playing from now on needs to deliver a win. Otherwise, they'll be finishing with the bronze, and France will be heading towards a historic final.
Well, I can tell you also on the other end, China versus Denmark. China have taken a 2-0 lead as well. They won the men's doubles, Liang and Wang beating Astrup and Rasmussen, so they too will be playing their third match, which will be the men's singles, the second men's singles for them. It's a little bit different with our order of play, as you mentioned, Ben, and that's because Christo and Toma Popov are involved both in the men's singles as well as in the doubles, and they need a match rest, don't they?
Yeah, so there's two main criteria: no consecutive matches and singles.
Yeah.
Your singles must be played before your doubles, and there's 8 possible orders of play, and out of those 8, only one is France actually can do it, and it's the one that is being played.
And it's working for them so far.
It is.
Because once more, they've had 2 straight game wins in the first 2 men's singles. Toma Junior Popov against Koki Watanabe also saved the game point and secured it in straight games in the quarterfinal match. And Paul will be looking to do the same here. HS Prannoy, someone he has had some experience with, I believe. This will be the second meeting. So, but that again was a long time ago. They're very different players now. And that.
Yeah, I think for Prannoy, or give the Indian fans some hope, is that when they won in 2022, it's a completely different situation. He wasn't the second singles player, but he, in the quarterfinal and semi-final, won the 5th and deciding match. He knows what it's like to win matches where you can't afford to lose in a Thomas Cup setting. So, for an Indian fan, that should give you a little bit of hope that he could pull it off again.
Toma Junior Popov is tasked with a historic match here.
He was good yesterday. It was his first win over Koki Watanabe. He'd never beaten him before, and it got very close at the end. A little bit like that singles we just saw.
Yeah, they're very tight. And, he will be certainly looking to make it easier for himself tonight as he takes on this man, HS Prannoy. But Prannoy, who's, you know, one of the masters of playing deep into matches, can play the 3-gamers and play the tight games and come out triumphant. He's had quite a few of those in his career.
He has. He's got lots of experience in these kind of situations, and he's also a very clever player. So when it comes down to the tactics, I'm sure that he'll have a good game plan and he'll be adaptable on the fly. And I think another thing that's in his, well, not, I wouldn't say it's his favour, but something positive is that he had a good win in the groups of the Lu Guangzhou. So he's had a match against a top 20 opponent. So he's going to be up to the task there.
Yes, another situation of the experience of Prannoy up against the youthfulness of Toma Junior Popov.
Red for you.
As we see
It's a black.
Palu
Receive. This side. Put it.
do the toss, and Prannoy choosing to receive, and Popov sticking to the near end. So the one meeting, as I mentioned, was at All England in 2025 in the first round when Toma won at 21-19, 21-16. But we also know Prannoy has health struggles that he's dealt with on and off for quite some time, and that affects his sort of rhythm on the tour and how he has huge sort of blocks where he's not really in action. Also explains why he's played only 8 matches so far in the season.
Yeah, he's been unfortunate with injuries and illness throughout his entire career.
Toma Junior Popov, now 27 years of age. Older of the 2 Popov brothers, as we know, 17 in the world. Best ranking was 13, which was in September of 2025. Played a lot of matches. He's 19-7 in 2026, 73% win-loss, and he's played all the group matches there. As you see, he beat Ari in the third men's singles. He beat the Algerian Belarbi in the third men's singles, and Ginting, what a performance that was, coming back from a game down.
Yeah, he saved the match point in that final game.
And then a straight games against Watanabe. So he has grown with this tournament in terms of confidence, in terms of performances. For HS Prannoy, he's had a few more matches than Srikanth has at the Thomas Cup this year, but I think he was also in need of more competitive matches under his belt because Srikanth has played a few more on the tour. The 33-year-old ranked 35 in the world, but as you saw there, as high as 6th in the world in August of 2023. Beat Bhupati of Australia, 21-11, 21-17, and then came back from a game down to beat Lu Guangzhou, which was a big win, 71 minutes.
That is a big win. It should be a confidence booster for Prannoy.
But when the score is 0-2 down,
it's certainly not easy.
It really means, having to dig deep at another level.
Prannoy is the original giant killer. I know his opponent, I wouldn't necessarily call a giant of the game, but at the moment and in this tournament, it feels rather fitting. It feels like France are the giant. They're making so much noise and they've been so hard to beat.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Lakshya Sen there in support in the coaching end. I'm sure he feels like he really missed out on an opportunity here, Lakshya Sen.
It's a real shame that he wasn't able to participate.
And Kelvin Sui Seki of New Zealand is a service register. So what can we expect from this tie, from what you've seen and what you know of these 2 players?
I think it's quite an interesting battle. I think we're going to see a very similar story to what we've seen in the other singles. That we see is generally a battle for the net. I think we'll see Popov trying to play the
Ladies
flat,
and gentlemen,
pushes in, and I feel we'll see
right,
Prannoy try to expand the game,
represented by
try and
Toma
twist and
Junior
turn
Popov.
Toma Junior.
And on my left, India, represented by Prannoy HS.
Yeah. This is got to be
France
a must-win for
Double.
Prannoy as he takes on Popov to keep India in this semi-final.
Immediately look at that.
Service over. 1 lock.
Immediately, there's already a battle for that net.
Oh, they're trying to hype it up. They know they have to win this.
Yeah, they do.
They're going to show all support, all-out support. the scoreboard.
1-3.
Now, I can see the Indians being the noisy one. Every point being celebrated. They're pushing for another chance here. Prannoy might be the man to give it to him.
He's come out firing here, Prannoy.
5-1.
This is the best start the Indians have had all evening.
Nice shot.
Oof.
That's a nice play. Down the line there, isn't he?
Service over.
He catches the line. It's amazing to see Lakshya Sen and Prannoy having a chat. It's really good. This one long.
7-2.
Wow. Toma Junior Popov. That's not being able to.
Service over. 3-7.
Much needed. That's the winner. Nice little push of the net.
It's quite interesting. I feel like Toma's trying to inject pace at any moment here. Look, push, push, push. Whereas Prannoy, he's there, he kind of engaged slightly, but he's looking to just kind of like take the pace out of those situations. There looks slightly soft. There again, it's not soft, he's just... That's a nice shot though from Toma Junior Popov.
5-7.
Once made it super game. Important to keep within touching distance. Shot from HSBC.
Clinical. Well, what I like there is when he hit that first attack, he's looking to come forward, but he knows that he's just hanging back a little bit, waiting for the next shot from Toma, because I feel like maybe it's a little bit of nerves from Toma Junior, but everything is with pace, including his defense. It's one part of his game. It's why when I was commentating on their match with Indonesia, I said to Jill Clark that it reminds me of Kenny Jonasson, who was one of the first players to bring in that sort of defensive style where you drive it back, keep the game very flat. Yeah, it's a battle of a player. It sounds like there's a common theme with how the game's tonight, but the Indians with much more taking the pace out and playing the touch shots, and the French trying to inject speed and hit hard and fast much more.
It's funny you say that, because I also think that's got to do, that also is reflective in the sort of energy and the mentality of this entire sort of tie, right? The French have their tails up and they're really gung-ho and feeling it, and the Indians are just trying to like relax, right? Just like take it down a notch.
Although I'd say some of their members are trying to get... I mean, Srikanth's already out there, back on the teammate bench.
I think
trying to call...
they're going to try and swap coaching line. Yeah, I think they're going to try and swap. I think they're going to get Lakshya Sen's going to swap with Srikanth. We saw earlier Srikanth also on the bench when Prannoy was playing against Liu Guangzhou.
Yeah, he was supposed to play. Again, the hard defense. Everything is hit pretty hard from Toma, unless he can't. That's a nice shot. Oh, that's nice.
That is very nice to put away. Same as Toma the other way. Prannoy, a chance to go into the mid-game interval ahead. Prannoy, and that's got the Indians excited. Can't blame them. They haven't had much to shout on about.
That's a lovely last shot. That's what I said about he's a very tactically astute player, is Prannoy. I think when he's at his best, he's so calm under pressure. I mentioned those wins in 2022. When India won the Thomas Cup, he was instrumental in delivering those fifth and deciding match wins.
Toma is so pumped up and is so on the attack that you can't give him a loose or an opening even.
Yeah, but he was a little bit more controlled with his attack, and he didn't go all in. He focused more on the follow-up.
There you go. Put away. 10-all. And he levels the score, having trailed for a lot of this opening half. The second time he's leveled it.
He kind of did this yesterday. He had a poor start against Koki Watanabe.
Yeah.
But he did go into the mid-game interval a little bit down, but then after that he kind of came back and took the game. There's obviously going to be a lot of adrenaline and emotions going on out there.
Prannoy is 11-10 up at the break. I think he's the first Indian player to do so. And we've had 10 minutes of play in this.
Ако агресираш, трябва да следиш нищо долу.
Yeah, lots of conversations on
11-10.
both ends.
Play.
And you see Srikanth Kidambi now has joined the bench in place of Lakshya.
Yeah, I think that possibly could be because Srikanth played Toma Junior Popov a couple more times and has a... In fact, he's played him 6 times, has a 4-2 positive head-to-head record. And actually won the last time they played, which was last year, actually, in the Malaysia Masters. So maybe they feel that Srikanth has the key to unlocking, to getting a win on the board for India and reviving them and starting what would be a heroic comeback.
Challenge unsuccessful. 1 challenge remaining. Service over. 11-all.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Play.
Well read by Prannoy.
Service over.
Slightly loose serve, but yeah, well put away from this man, Ayush Prannoy. I like what Prannoy's doing. He's just soaking up the speed and just using it to play it away. Look, just it's dead weight by the time it comes to Toma Junior's racket, so he has to always put something on it.
Oh, brilliant.
He's just sitting back. And again, the fast defense.
I mean, he's working hard, but he's playing Toma exactly the way.
I think for Toma Junior, it's much easier than done because the environment, the atmosphere out here is electric. It's so, I mean, and you're playing for a spot in the semi-finals. You also have to protect it. I think he's just going a little bit too one pace.
Yeah. He might be just too zoned in.
Yeah,
right?
Maybe 1 or 2 of these shots slice it, or I don't know, do something a little different. That was a nice return of serve, though.
Well, I was looking at the last time a team could turn around, whether in the Thomas or Uber Cup, 0-2 scoreline.
Yeah.
And win. And you've got to go back to 1996 in the semi-final in the Thomas Cup. And Indonesia was 0-2 down against Korea. And they turned it around. 3-2 to win. Obviously, the order of play, though,
yeah, it was slightly different,
traditional.
But
it has
Indian
been
fans
done
will
before.
cling on to absolutely everything right now. It was 30 years ago, exactly.
It has
it's a
been done
semi-final.
before, exactly.
It's in the stars.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves.
But, you know, back to here, Prannoy is playing a very good match right now. He's showing all those years of experience, and it's good to see him playing good badminton again. I always loved watching Srikanth at Prannoy. They grew up together. I always enjoyed watching them play. They're very stylish and nice players, very aesthetically pleasing.
But this is the thing, the kind of brand of badminton that they play. And it's all about finesse and control and, you know, the nice touches. Whereas you see a lot more power and quickness and, you know,
I know you mean.
Pace and tempo being introduced into the game now. He's leveled again.
That's another fast.
I like how he watched it.
Yes.
Knowing it was going out.
15-14.
Stays ahead. And look at that constant conversation between Srikanth and Prannoy.
Come on.
so much riding on this match.
Play. Service over. 15-all.
Well, he takes the lead for the first time
60.
in this game.
Service
One too many
over.
flick serves from
16-all.
they worked the last couple of times.
Yeah.
That time Prannoy was wise to it.
Yeah. Again by Prannoy, keeping pace,
17.
just putting pressure. Get ready. He's going to need every bit of alertness, isn't he?
Yeah.
Brilliant. Again, look how pumped up Prannoy is. Such a big point. Trying to stay ahead.
Yeah, he's put this one away with venom. This is an excellent shot.
And look at the reaction.
He's got to keep those emotions in check, though. Easier said than done. Definitely a bit of tension. There's a couple of times now to his backhand. He's looked to play that soft shot and it's not quite gone over.
Everyone on their feet in the boxes.
Prannoy.
This first game is huge, I think, for both players.
Because he can get nervy as well, Toma Popov.
Yeah, of
so
course, yeah.
it's very important that he gets off on the right foot.
Getting quite a bit of success attacking that sharp cross-court from his forehand over to Toma's forehand defence.
Full stretch trying to make the save. Stays ahead. Needs 2 more points.
Intense conversations between father and son.
You can see that Prannoy has frustrated Toma a little bit. It's not quite going according to script.
That was a nice shot from Toma Junior Popov.
Service over.
Slicing it. I said earlier how he's gone all one pace. That time, slicing it, so Prannoy had to put a little bit more into it himself. He couldn't just react off the speed. And if he is feeling a little tense in those forearms, those touch shots are going to be more difficult. They both know how massive this opening game is. That's a nice shot. That's not a great return of serve from...
20.
Look at that, he's turned it around right at the net.
19.
Toma Popov has game point.
It's the first time he's been in the lead the whole game. Seconds.
Yeah, he was up at 16-15 once. Massive point this.
There's a little bit of tension again in the forearm.
First game won by France. 21.
Oh, he snatched it from
19.
Prannoy. That's for sure. Having led for most of that game, HS Prannoy, just a couple of errors right at the end there, much to the delight of the French team, but also Toma Junior Popov delivering a psychological blow at the end. 21 minutes played.
Не да го гледаш бавно на филе, трябва да го изкарам от дъжата. Без първна зона игра, не е проблем. Ти ще фанеш в момента, в който ще направиш пина. Но когато твой намреш се далече, не както направиш последния удар. Без да се силиш, само пука отзад, обаче след този удар не скачай назад. Бъдеш в център на конта с ракетата. Той ще ти премине, всичките пара ще минат по тебе. Като се изправиш назад, може да тръгнеш на това. Отзад на линията отпусти ръката. Това го правиш всеки на терока. Или само пак! Във въгъла, пак във въгъла. Трябва да знаеш, че когато го агресираш на плоски, той нарочно ти го спира. Като направиш плоско, чакай го и он едно има да подходи да спира. Не два пъти. За да не ти знаете и как да се навежда.
4-2, 20 seconds. 4-2, 20 seconds.
So, Toma Junior Popov with the advantage, 21-19 in the opening game, Ben, but he had to work very hard and just at the end made that final push.
Yeah, he just managed to snatch it away from Prannoy's grasp. I wonder how that'll affect how we see the opening stages of this second game.
And the question will be whether he can keep this intensity going now, Prannoy, for 3 games.
Yeah, there could be that question.
I know we saw him do it against Lu Guangzhou, but again, this is a knockout, the semi-final. The scoreboard pressure is also in the mix.
Yeah, exactly. No, it's a whole different scenario. It was also against China. India had already lost the match when he came on.
Silver, 1
Got the line.
It was pretty funny in the change of ends. The coaching styles couldn't be more contrasting. You had Toma and Toma and was having an argument back and forth. It was very animated. Like it was very intense. I mean, I don't speak Bulgarian, so
they were pointing to the court quite a bit.
Yeah. Whereas I could see in the corner, Prannoy, Srikanth, very calm and serene, almost like he was asking Prannoy to play more of the soft shots. It was a contrast of styles, but a reflection of the way they've played this game.
2-1.
I think for Prannoy, it's certainly going to be taking the pace out when it's pressed at you, and then using these sorts of shots can be very effective slicing across it. I can recall him using those kinds of shots extremely effectively when he beat Victor Axelsen in the quarterfinals of the World Championships in Copenhagen. An absolute stunning victory, and it was the use of those angles as well as a whole other things, but that was certainly one of them. And there's no reason why they can't work against another tall player like Toma.
Yeah, it's the reason why he's earned himself the nickname Giant Killer.
Yes.
3-1.
Start of the opening game as well from Prannoy. He went up 5-1, if I'm not mistaken.
It's a nice positive response by him after that opening game. It was a bit similar to their previous meeting at the All England last year, where Prannoy was kind of leading throughout the first game, but just fell away from him. And then in the seconds, it was Toma who kept the lead by a couple of points the whole way. So it's good that Prannoy started this positively.
Big smash.
Service over.
I think he used the length of his entire body there, Toma Popov, to get the angle.
Thank you.
Over on court one, I can tell you that Srikanth has also taken the opening game against Magnus Johannesson, or Johannesson, I beg your pardon. So it all kind of is following in a similar pattern, the two semi-finals.
It's going point for point, actually, both courts at the moment.
Yeah, I think it's been straight games there too for the first two matches.
There's signs that Toma's starting to be a little bit calmer. That net shot, he wasn't just trying to hit hard. Even the last couple of smashes, I feel, have been a little bit more with just the forearm rather than the full weight of your body behind it.
Yeah, but we were talking about how important that opening game was.
Yeah.
Service over.
I think, yeah, getting it under his belt
4-3.
maybe is the reason why he looks a little bit more settled.
Yeah. Sometimes you just need to sort of free yourself from the tension if you take the opening game.
Yeah.
And we talked about how Ayush Shetty played the game of his life in the quarterfinal against Lin Chunhee. I'm pretty sure Toma Popov Jr. is playing the game in the match of his life, trying to make history for France, put them in the final. They'll be only the second nation after Denmark from Europe to be in the final.
Yeah, really
I mean, that's huge.
Yeah, huge achievement. Considering when Denmark won the Thomas Cup 10 years ago, I'm actually not sure if France, I think, were qualified then, but they weren't really considered one of the top European nations.
Service over. 5-4.
Amazing how 10 years. I'm not sure how they did in that Thomas Cup, whether they played, but I know that in that period, Toma Junior Popov and John Jekyll were just starting out their junior careers, having great success, and
5-4.
France was starting to kind of slowly form itself into one of Europe's great, one of their strong nations.
2016, they were out in the group stages, I think.
The group stages.
Yeah,
I think
they made the quarterfinals only in 2014 and 18.
Yeah, that was it, yes. 2018 was, Toma was part of that team.
The Uber Cup has had a couple more nations, England, as you mentioned, Netherlands.
Yes.
outside of Denmark.
In 2006, I believe.
And then, of course, the United States as well, way back.
You're going back right to the
going
corner
right
time
to
when
the
it comes to
start.
Uber Cup there. They won the first 3 ever Uber Cups.
So, you know, they've had a little bit more exposure to... Whereas the Thomas Cup has been in the stranglehold, especially of Indonesia, for such a long time. But this is maybe it's a new phase of badminton, which is delightful.
Yeah, I think there's certainly, the Thomas Cup especially, far more nations that are competitive and that can win. It isn't just China, Korea, Malaysia and Indonesia. And Denmark, it's really grown.
But you can, I mean, coming back to the match, that point there, that's the confidence.
It is, yeah. He's closing it down,
Yeah.
closing the net. That was nice, because those are the kind of shots that Prannoy is going to want to try and do. It's what worked well in the first. There's again, that time not quite, but it's not always a bad thing if you miss it. Of course, you want to make it, but sometimes just your opponent knows that you're looking for those shots. It can just put a little bit more pressure on them.
Yeah.
Make them second guess it ever so slightly. You know, badminton is a probability game. You're always trying to make those quick split decisions. Where's the most likely shot going to come? And if you can just get someone to doubt themselves, then you can get those odds a bit more in your favour. There again, very quick. That's excellent play.
Really nice. With the cross net.
9-6.
He's getting a hold on this match now. Notice how that defensive shot as well was a little softer, pulled Prannoy forward, and then he came in. And he's playing good badminton now as Toma Junior Popov. More soft play. No. He's starting to be...
Not going hard at everything.
No, not always, but he will then use it. It'll be more effective when he does. There, look at that. That was more effective because 1 or 2 before he was playing the soft. If every time he was hitting fast, Prannoy would just sit back and be able to send that away.
This is certainly quite the turnaround from Toma Junior Popov. 6 of the last 7 have gone his way. Nice. Look at that. Oh, wow. That's
11,
super
6
from Toma.
He's feeling it now, is Toma Junior Popov.
11-6 at the break. Certainly have a foot in the door. 12 minutes played. Well, you can see the men's doubles warming up, though. You know, they might come and join the bench if this continues the way it has, 11-6.
They'll keep an eye on those scoreboards. If Toma Junior sends it, they'll be sprinting out of that hall.
Emma Arjun and his new partner also in the warm-up courts, getting ready. Should this go to a 4th match? Of course, it's a best-of-5 team that gets to 3 wins, so that's why France are looking very good at the moment. They've got the game and 5 points, and Toma Junior Popov looks settled.
Play.
The settled would be the right word, and you notice how much different that coaching break was.
No more shouting at each other.
Yeah, it was no more shouting. Maybe the tough parenting worked.
It's quiet in the Indian bench as well. It's worth noting.
Yeah, I think people can sense a moment that's happening. Still plenty of badminton to be played, though.
This is a good rally. Oh, wow. This is a super rally. He has such lovely control. It's exquisite.
And I think he's going to have to use some of all of that. Look at that. Excellent skills and control.
Line touch.
Took a while for Ayush Metspalu to get the attention of the line judge, but it was a job done, and it's Toma Junior Popov who's 11-7 up.
7-11.
7-11 as Prannoy will serve. 4 points the difference.
Thought about it.
Service over. 12.
That is nervy. That is tough to be on the receiving end of that. Oh, it almost got there.
It kind
of went over and back in.
It did.
Oh, yeah.
Wow. So when you have a situation like that, Tom must be thinking it is my day.
Yeah, exactly.
Prannoy the other way around. That's a nice play from Prannoy. Good defense.
13.
He stayed in. 6-point difference. The Indian team urging Prannoy on. Still an opportunity here.
Service over. 8-13.
They've got to stay calm for him as well. That's well wide.
France
Oh, no, he's challenging it.
Scored out.
That looked out. I thought he overhit it.
It looked that way, the way that he approached it, but when I quickly glanced down, it looked a bit closer. Not surprised there's a challenge.
Yeah, that's well out.
Challenge unsuccessful. One challenge remaining.
One challenge remaining. And it's a 4-point game.
13. Play.
Nice. Goes for the slower drop. It's called in.
10.
This is a nice little run from Prannoy. 3 straight points. And I can tell you during the entire duration of that rally, both teams were standing up and leaning over the front part of the bench. I mean, there's so much riding.
Thank you. Thank you.
On this game, on this match.
And one of the, he's not a player yet on the bench, is actually, I'm not sure if everyone knows this, but Christo and Toma have another brother, Boris. He's a young player for France. He has made the trip. He's not going to miss out on an opportunity to be a part of the support.
And what an amazing experience this must be for him.
It would be, yeah.
Especially if they reach the final.
And especially as his older brothers are the ones delivering huge wins. Excellent play. There's signs that Toma's starting to get a little bit tight again.
11.
He's starting to hit every lift. There's a big smash and it's getting a bit narrow. And he's not quite as smooth on his defense as well.
Two-point game, 4 in a row for Prannoy. He's really putting everything out there. Maybe he'll turn the tables around.
Service over.
That is tough to take.
11.
That's well played by Toma.
Play on.
A little bit too fast there from Prannoy.
Breaks that 4-point run.
That's wide.
15.
That'll certainly help Toma Junior if he has felt a little bit tense, the fact that he's opened it back up to 4 points.
You can release that, has that sort of comfort in the gap.
You go through so many waves of emotions when you're out there. 1 minute you feel great, next you can feel tense, and it doesn't take much to change it. An opponent error will certainly make you feel a bit better.
Nice. He's doing well, staying in the rally, putting in the hard work.
16. 11.
Needs 5 more points, Toma Junior Popov, for a historic night for France. Pretty sure we'll have fireworks at some point, should France go through in some part of France.
I think we'll have it here in the arena as well.
Yeah. And given what's happening over on court 1 with Denmark, it really is a tale of two nations as far as Europe is concerned.
16.
Look at how high that was. Still a 4-point game. Just wonder what Prannoy can do here to really put some pressure on Toma.
There's lots of active coaching from both sides. Srikanth for India and
Back on court.
Toma Senior for France.
Toma. Toma. Come here.
Yeah, he's going to get warned here for taking too long.
Quick towel. Quick towel.
Okay. I think he said I couldn't hear you.
Yeah.
It is loud out there.
It is very loud in
To
here.
be fair.
And if you add that with these probably like completely in the zone.
Yeah. I mean, if I can give you an idea of how loud it is. Oh, wow. Deceptive.
Service over. 17.
That is really nice.
That is beautiful.
Totally unexpected, but he's producing the goods.
France challenges.
Yeah, if I can give you an idea of how loud it is, Ben and I are wearing quite heavy-duty headphones while we're doing commentary, and it's quieter with our headphones down because even though we can hear all the sort of atmosphere and we've got the television feed, but when we take it off, it's a whole other level of noise.
Yeah, I can't hear you without the headset on. Just put it that way.
Challenge unsuccessful. No challenges remaining.
But the noise is penetrating our heavy-duty
Service over.
headphones.
13.
It's
17.
a fantastic atmosphere inside the forum Horsens this
Play.
evening.
Yeah.
And it could get even louder if Denmark managed to sneak the second game they're in over on court 1. Well, that's good play from Toma.
Yeah.
That's very good play. It really has been a theme throughout all 3 matches. Every singles is a big effort to get on the front of the court.
The jumping has started. Need 3 more points.
Ooh, yeah.
He'll challenge it.
Service over. 14, 18.
Toma saying that he has no challenges left. He must have no. That's why you always must. That's why I always say, always keep a challenge. Because these sorts of situations can happen. There's nothing you can do.
Yeah. Yeah, we saw Ayush Shetty also do the same thing in the first game, where he just
needs to refocus. Here we go, Toma Junior. Can't let that get to him.
That's well wide. Yeah. Backhand clear.
15, 18.
Again, Prannoy giving himself a look in. He has some work to do.
Nice, another deceptive return of serve.
Service over.
He's running out of time now.
15.
HS Prannoy.
I just thought of something quite funny. Steen Pedersen always used to say, I want my players to return serve for the backhand every time because it's more deceptive, and Toma's proving his point right here.
Oh, that was a costly error.
20, match
5 match points for Toma Junior Popov. A history-making moment here in the Thomas Cup.
And Leah Rossi and Eloy Adam have come from the practice courts.
They're back in the bench.
They're ready to rush the net, rush the court.
Under pressure, it's a clutch shot.
16, 20.
Still got 4 match points.
Get ready.
Big breath from Toma before the point.
He's missed it.
Right thing. They've done it. They have made it all the way to the final. Team France are creating history right here in the Thomas Cup 2026. It is exuberant scenes.
21,
Look at that.
19, 21.
And they have done it in style once more in this semi-final against India. Unfortunately, it was not Prannoy's day, it was not India's day, because this bunch of men have been riding a wave all the way to the final.
I'm speechless. What a fantastic performance. I think Toma was a bit more prepared for the team to rush on, because he admitted yesterday that he lost his breath, because before he knew it, he had 20 men on top of him. All his teammates. That is a fabulous performance by the French team. They're going to be difficult to stop whoever they play in the final.
Absolutely. It is such a moment for French badminton, such a moment for Toma Popov, for Alex Lanier, for Christo Popov, and the rest of the French teams. It was another clinical performance. Yes, there were nervy moments, but there was a final spot at stake for this team from France.
Yeah, I was impressed with how Toma managed to get himself settled in the end. And then there was a few moments where it looked like Prannoy was going back and he kind of settled again. It was, and I like the fact that he gave a handshake to Prannoy before joining in with his teammates.
And I'm sure Prannoy understands, because India would have done the same had he been the one delivering the win. But confirmation of the scoreline: Toma Junior Popov 21-19, 21-16 in 48 minutes. What a fabulous victory. France, only the second nation from the European continent to get through to the final of the Thomas Cup. So it's history made here in Horsens. And it's Toma Junior Popov who has the final as we have a recap of the results. Christo Popov was absolutely devastating in his match against Ayush Shetty. 39 minutes, 21-11, 21-9. Alex Lanier, a little bit closer against Srikanth, but he does it in 2 as well in 41 minutes. And the toughest test came for Toma Junior Popov, but he saw it through in straight games in 48 minutes. And France win it 3-0 through to the final of the Thomas Cup 2026. Well, have a look at that. France booked their place. China lead 2-0 in their semi-final against Denmark, but I can tell you that third singles has gone to 3 games after Magnus Johannesson has pulled one back against Li Shifeng. So go over to court 1 and watch that one now. We're going to say good night and goodbye. Thank you very much to Ben Beckman for keeping us company through this evening session. It was delightful to have him with me. Remember to join us tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. for the Uber Cup final between China and Korea. That's the match. And of course, in the evening at 6 p.m. local time, it will be the big one. It'll be the Thomas Cup final that we just saw France book their place in for the first ever time. What a moment. Glorious badminton at display. And we're going to get even more tomorrow, I'm sure. Well, thanks so much for keeping me company tonight. And I hope you've enjoyed the coverage here on Court 2, because we're down to 1 court tomorrow. And do join us for the action. For me, Moshmi Dutt, good night and goodbye.